I decided to drink only water for a week. No soda, no sugary drinks, just water. It wasn't a grand decision, just a quiet experiment to see what would happen if I changed one small habit. For years, I'd reach for a fizzy drink every afternoon, more out of routine than real desire. I wondered, was it the sugar I craved, or just the comfort of the ritual? So, I set a simple rule. For 7 days, only water. No tea, no juice, no exceptions. I kept everything else in my life the same, just swapped out my drinks. This wasn't about willpower or proving anything, it was about curiosity and self-discovery. No one else knew or cared if I succeeded. The challenge was entirely personal. I wanted to see what would change, if anything, by tweaking just one part of my daily routine. It was a quiet resolution, just for me. The first 2 days were the hardest, not because I craved sugar, but because my habits were so automatic. At 3 o'clock, my body moved toward the fridge before my mind caught up. I realized how much of my day ran on autopilot, especially these small rituals. The craving wasn't for the drink, but for the comfort and break it represented. Without it, the afternoon felt empty, and I was restless, searching for something to fill the gap. The more I tried not to think about soda, the more it dominated my thoughts. Water quenched my thirst, but didn't satisfy the habit. I started to see how much of my consumption was about routine, not real need. Saying no to one small thing forced me to be present and mindful in a way I hadn't been before. It turned a mundane moment into a chance for self-reflection. By day 3, the cravings faded, and my afternoons felt lighter. The urge for soda was replaced by a subtle sense of balance. No more bloated, sluggish feeling. My energy was steadier, without the sugar highs and crashes I'd grown used to. I realized my afternoon pick-me-up was actually fueling a cycle of ups and downs. Even water started to taste better, refreshing, clean, and satisfying in its own way. My taste buds seemed to wake up, noticing the simple pleasure of cold water. This phase, from day 3 to 5, was a turning point. The struggle gave way to discovery. My body was more adaptable than I thought. The changes weren't dramatic, but they were real. Less heaviness, more stable energy, and a new appreciation for water. The experiment shifted from restriction to exploring unexpected benefits. I was learning to enjoy the basics. It felt genuinely worthwhile. Water became my constant companion, always within reach. Carrying a bottle made hydration effortless, and I started sipping throughout the day without thinking. I found small ways to make water special, adding lemon, cucumber, or mint for a hint of flavor. It wasn't about masking the taste, but celebrating it. Preparing a pitcher of infused water became a mindful morning ritual. Without sugary drinks, my meals tasted richer and more vibrant. The natural flavors of food stood out, and I appreciated them more. This experiment taught me to value simplicity and the beauty of the basics. Water is pure, uncomplicated, and essential. By stripping away distractions, I found satisfaction in the simplest things. By the final days, water was my new normal. No willpower required. The old soda ritual faded, replaced by healthier habits like a walk or a stretch. This small change made me notice other automatic behaviors, like mindless scrolling or snacking. The water experiment became a lens, revealing patterns I hadn't seen before. Changing one habit made me more aware of all the little choices I make each day. On day 7, I felt a quiet sense of accomplishment, not for giving up soda, but for paying attention. The real challenge was about awareness, not deprivation. I realized I could choose my actions, not just follow old scripts. The end of the week wasn't a finish line, but a new starting point. I'd gained a tool for living more mindfully. The biggest surprise wasn't physical, it was mental. I felt more in control of my choices, no longer just a passenger to my habits. This small experiment gave me a sense of agency that spilled into other parts of my life. I started pausing before acting on impulse, asking myself what I really wanted. The water challenge installed a pause button in my brain. I learned that many actions are just momentum, not true desire. Removing my soda crutch didn't make me fall, it helped me find balance. This wasn't about discipline, but self-kindness and listening to my real needs. The mental clarity and self-mastery were the most rewarding parts. I realized I could be the architect of my days, one small choice at a time. Drinking only water for a week didn't change my life, but it changed my perspective. The experiment revealed the invisible scripts I follow and showed me I can rewrite them. It was a lesson in paying attention, not perfection. After the week, I had a soda again. But this time, it was a conscious choice, not a habit. The goal was awareness, and in that, the experiment was a success. Small changes can teach us big lessons about ourselves. You don't need a massive overhaul to learn something important. Try changing one small habit, just to see what happens. Observe your reactions and feelings. You might be surprised by what you discover. Self-improvement can be gentle, experimental, and deeply personal. Sometimes the smallest adjustments lead to the most meaningful insights.